Good morning everyone. It is 8:20 and it is so beautiful here on Colber Farm. We are in North Dorset, myself, my boyfriend Benji and our little Cocker Spaniel Bonnie. The other two have just gone off for a little walk, so I thought this was a perfect time to give you a little tour of this shepherd's hut and explain what it's been like to stay here for the last 4 days. We arrived on Friday, so we had 3 nights and it's been the most perfect staycation. I've absolutely loved it and I was so intrigued as what it would be like to stay in a shepherd's hut, how I'd feel, and when I was searching for videos I couldn't find too much information about what to pack for glamping and what that experience was like. I've done similar things before, but this is the first time that we've done this with a dog as well, so I was very interested and thought I would share it with you kind of what it's been like. So if you can hear all the birds and everything, obviously we are on a farm. This is Colber Farm, Farmstead Glamping. This is the Pleasant Pheasant. There are 2 shepherd's huts here and they are an artisan shepherd's hut. They arrived in 2017, so they're actually quite new. It's a family run dairy farm and they have been farming here for 5 generations for over 20 years. I actually booked the accommodation via a company called Canopy and Stars, but you can book it directly if you want to. We live in Bournemouth, so I wanted something that felt like we had gone away but not gone too far, especially with the dog. So I wanted something that obviously was dog friendly and I wanted that pure escapism, which is why a shepherd's hut appealed to me. We could cook our own food and they actually do provide quite a lot of stuff as well, even though we packed quite a lot of stuff. I did a whole packing video if you're interested in that. There's quite a lot of things that they do give you and I'm really glad we chose 3 nights because yesterday we went on the loveliest long walk and we were absolutely shattered and we went to bed really early and we slept so well. Like I said, 2 shepherd's huts and the other one is, you can see it in the distance but you can't make out, like you can't see people down there or make out who's down there. There is a little bit of a privacy fence for them, so although we can see the outside of the back of the hut, you wouldn't be able to see each other. There's loads of open land and Bonnie was able to run quite freely because there's actually fencing all the way around. So we did try and keep on the lead at the beginning and then we realised that she wasn't actually running too far. On the other field across from us is where they have the cows, so in the morning all the cows come out and it's just so lovely. Other than that you can't really see anything for miles apart from just trees and land. It is so beautiful. So it's about 45 minutes from home for us and it's located in Sturminster Newton. And we did several local walks and then we did a massive walk yesterday where we walked 10 miles over to Stolbridge. We went into Sturminster Newton town as well. We did a couple of pub lunches and if you want to see our full weekend of actually all the details of what we got up to, you can watch the vlog which is coming straight after this vlog, so I'll leave that link below when it's ready. Driving up to the shepherd's hut, it was quite a long windy road, so it felt very secluded, it felt very safe. You passed the house where the family actually live and then we were able to park our car just out the front. You walk up a little driveway and then you come to the shepherd's hut. It's actually a little bit bigger than I thought it was gonna be, and outside the front of the hut you have 2 chairs and an outside kind of stove where you can use it as a fire pit or you can cook your food. You hang like a tray over the fire and you can actually cook burgers and I don't know, eggs and whatever, but they do actually provide a little barbecue. It's a brand called Caddock and there's a gas bottle underneath and it's so easy to use, you just turn it on. So we were able to cook our meat, so we cooked our sausages every morning, we cooked like chicken skewers and that kind of thing. That was very handy and there's actually a little alcove bit with a little shelter, so we were able to eat our meals at the table and I much prefer to eat out here, although they do have space to eat inside. I did like eating out here and we played games and then there's a little area where the family are growing some herbs and lettuce leaves and they've also scattered loads of little solar panel lights around the place, which is very cute, very nice detail. They come on in the evening when it gets a bit darker. And then to the right of that outside you've got a hot tub. I can't explain the hot tub too well. Hopefully you can go and watch my vlog if you want to see us doing it. But essentially it's a wood fire hot tub. So it takes about 2 hours to heat up and you have to put the logs down into the funnel and across and basically keep an eye on it and keep topping it up and then it heats the water up. And there's like a funnel where the smoke comes out the top and it gets so hot. It was amazing. I really enjoyed it actually. Something a bit different to a traditional hot tub. It doesn't have bubbles and it's got like wood slats in it, so it's like wood inside, so you're not sitting on the like metal of the like the outside, if that makes sense. It's really comfortable. And we just loved it. We actually used it every single night, and it was really nice when you came back from a long walk to just like get in the hot tub and enjoy that, soak in that. So they also provide like a paddle so you can stir the water because it gets quite hot at one end, and there's a lid as well that goes back on top, so you can avoid like getting, because obviously you're out in nature, so it gets like, I don't know, leaves and bits and bobs fall into it. They also actually provide like a net so you can hook stuff out. So it's a really lovely outdoorsy vibe. It's just so nice. I should also add that there is an outside tap as well, which is very handy for washing off any doggies or wet muddy wellies or anything like that. Very handy. Also outside, before we go inside, there are bins. So there's a trash can and there's also a recycling box, which is great. And this was just, the birds, this was just so much easier to have the bins out here. Although we did use a carrier bag for most of our rubbish inside, just made it a little bit easier. And then underneath the hut, they provide some outside towels for the hot tub. And then there's loads of kindling and wood that we could use. We only needed to ask for extra kindling once, which the family were able to do for us. But other than that, was plenty of wood to keep us going, not only for the hot tub, but also for the fire pit. There is a watering can, like everything you can need. They've also got an area to put your welly boots as well, hang them. And the family also actually provided us with a lead which we could clip on for our dog Bonnie, which was great. We did actually bring all our own, but this was actually much better for us because it was attached to the wheel of the shepherd's hut. So we used that. So coming inside, first thing on the left is the bathroom, and that was something I was a bit intrigued about because I do like to have a proper shower and a proper toilet, and it had everything you could need. Beautiful little sink area, lovely design bowl. I don't know, I was just so fascinated by how beautiful it was with the pheasant. And the shower was powerful and it was hot. It was so hot actually. Really nice shower. I was expecting it to not be anything special because, you know, we're glamping, but actually it was a beautiful shower, so I couldn't complain. The only thing that really could have been helpful was like a little shelf to put my toiletries on, but other than that, you know, you can just chuck them on the floor. They also provide bath towels for you, hand towels, and there's a shower mat on the floor. There are flannels as well and beautiful Neal's Yard toiletries. So there's a hand lotion and hand wash, and there's also a room spray as well. Really nice little touches. The toilet, proper toilet, they provide toilet paper as well, and you just like pull the chain and flush it away, so you know, all like you would at home. And then coming into the main area, you've got your little kitchen area, and this has everything you could need. You've got the underneath the cupboards, each drawer had bits and bobs for us, so there were spare batteries, matches, all of your tools for cooking food, which was great because we didn't bring any of that. They also provide pots and pans and a colander, so you know, you could make pasta or rice, or you can pretty much do most of the things that you would expect if you were going camping. They actually do provide some extra trays, and there's a small little frying pan as well, which was really great for eggs. But they have everything you could need really, which is just perfect. Also under the sink there were things like a fire blanket and a fire extinguisher and first aid kit, and then all of the kind of basics for cleaning essentials, so washing up liquid and antibacterial spray and soap. And then on the top, you've got a beautiful Belfast sink and a kettle. It's a little stove, and it's a gas stove, so you have to use a match to light it. So you turn the gas on and then hover your match over it and it lights up. And the kettle is one that you just let boil, and then it whistles when it's ready. So that was really lovely. I had a cup of tea every morning, every evening, looking out onto the beautiful scenery. So yes, we used all of that. It was nice and easy to keep clean, and the The hot water as well was great in there. It was really hot actually, so it was quite easy to have hot and cold water to wash up. There's not a lot of space to wash up, so you do have to kind of like multitask a bit, but there's actually a very heavy, like a wooden board, I guess, that covers over the top of the sink, which we used as like a chopping board or to like prepare food. And so you kind of have to move that around as and when you're like washing up or cleaning up. So yeah, that was great. We had everything we could need. And then just around the side of the sink, you've got a little area for plates, and they provide cups as well, mugs. And on the shelf, they also had tea and coffee, sugar, salt and pepper. There are cups, wine glasses and champagne glasses. They even have teapots. So pretty much everything you'd need in that respect. The only extra things we brought with us were some like tin foil and kitchen roll, but they did have tea towels, which were essential, needed those. And I did bring some napkins and things, but really we didn't need them. So yeah, you've got most of the stuff you could want really. Oh, in terms of the lights, everything is run solar panels, so there are no 3-point plugs. It's just 2 USB plugs, which is fine for us. We just have our phones that we charged up, and I even charged up my Nintendo Switch actually, because I loved playing that whilst we've been away. There's an outside light, lights inside, and then each light has an individual button on the side of it, so you could just have one light on around the bedroom area or in the bathroom if you wanted, that kind of thing. And then coming round into the middle of the room, you do have a wood fire log burner thing. We didn't need to use this, but this would be absolutely amazing to have a roaring fire in there in the winter, so you could still come and stay here in the winter. I'd love to actually come back and be here in the winter, although I have to say I did really love just being outside of the hut. It did actually rain yesterday, so we spent most of the afternoon and evening inside, and it was so cozy. It was actually very warm. We didn't need any extra layers. I brought like fluffy socks with me, and I bought a little mini hot water bottle expecting to be cold, but actually it was not at all. But it also wasn't really stuffy, because we did bring little fans with us, because we've stayed in places like we've stayed on a sailing boat before, and that can get really hot just because of the design of it. So when we're in like a little cabin, both of us get really warm, but actually it was perfect. The only thing I'll say while I'm talking about like the temperature and what it was like to stay in there is we left all the windows and the door open for the first day and like evening, and because we're on a farm there were lots of flies and they all came in. They do provide like bug spray. There weren't any other bugs. It's not like we were bitten by any like mosquitoes or anything like that. It was just flies. It sounds silly, but there were like 20 of them in there, so we quickly realized it's better to keep the windows and doors shut throughout the day if possible. Although obviously it was nice to have the fresh air coming in and out. Something to note, it's the summer and we're on a farm, so we should have really thought about that. But other than that, it was, yeah, really, really nice in there. Like, it didn't feel too claustrophobic or cramped or anything. So then coming on round the side of the hut, you've got a little ledge, a shelf area, I guess. And they provide like binoculars. There are games under the bed, although we did bring our own games. There's a little portable radio so you could play some music, and they also had some flowers on the side, and they did leave us some marshmallows as well, which was really generous. So we actually ordered a cheese board, like cheese selection, with some of the cheese that they actually source the milk from their cows to this local company, so we had to order that. And they left it in a cool box underneath this ledge, if you like. They do actually have 2 chairs under here as well, so you could eat at this like breakfast bar area, but we used it mostly to just put all of our stuff out. So cool box, there is no fridge. The cool box stayed very, very, very cool for 2 days, I would say. By day 3, yesterday, the ice packs in it were obviously warming up. And Hannah, the owner, did offer to bring us down some more, but we'd pretty much eaten most of our food by then, so we just said don't worry about it. We kept things like the eggs and our butter out, but we kept all our meat in there. I would say if you're bringing things like fruit, maybe put them in like smaller pots, because I bought like a box of grapes, box of strawberries, box of raspberries, and those boxes are too bulky really to fit in a tiny cool box. I say tiny, it's small, but it does the job, you know. So in future I would definitely like decant things if it needs to go in the fridge. And then other than that, you've got the bed. So it's a double bed, and Benji is actually 6'3", so he is quite tall, but actually he could fit in the bed fine. He was just the length of it really. He did have to sleep on a slight angle if he was lying on his front with his feet, but otherwise we both slept really well actually. The bed linen was lovely, it was all really lovely and clean, and the duvet cover itself was really snuggy. The pillows were nice. Like, I have no complaints on the comfort of the bed, actually. It was really nice. First night we woke up a couple of times, but other than that, we slept really well. We actually brought our dog bed with us, so Bonnie slept on the floor. We don't allow her on our bed at home, so we didn't allow her on the bed in here, especially with like her paws and everything. I didn't want her getting anything dirty. However, I have stripped all the bedding this morning and put it in a linen bag and put it in a box that Hannah's provided us that was under the bed. So I've stripped all the bed and I've put the tea towels and all the bath stuff, the towels and everything, in this bag so she can go and wash that. I have sprayed down all the work surfaces and kept it as clean as I could for her. The cleanliness and everything they're doing in regards to the guest changeover is, you know, they're doing thorough cleaning, and it made me feel really comfortable being here, actually, because there are no people around. Like, you are totally socially distant. Other than that, the actual door itself is actually one of these ones that splits in half, so you could have half open and the bottom half closed, especially with Bonnie running in and out. If we wanted to keep her inside, we just had the bottom half open, and that was really nice. In terms of what's available locally, they provide you with a guest pack, and everything is digital now. So they actually gave us a login and like the portal with all the information we could need and want, with local menus and restaurants and walks that we could do. They also went as far as giving us video guides, so the YouTube videos on how to use the barbecue and the hot tub, and the check-in process, which obviously they would naturally want to do in person normally, but yeah, the video was absolutely fine. I have honestly no real problems or suggestions. It's been a really lovely stay, and we're just so grateful to be able to come out here and experience the farm and the glamping accommodation. And I would really recommend it if you're looking for that pure escapism. I had barely any time on my phone. I just relaxed with Benj. We sat around the fire, we played games. It was absolutely dreamy. So like I said, if you want to watch our vlog and see a bit more of what we got up to, then you can check that out. And yeah, I'll leave the links to this place below it, but I'd love to hear if you stayed in anything similar or you'd like to stay in anything now you've seen this video. Please let me know in the comments below. So anyway, have a lovely rest of your day, and thanks for watching. Bye.